Obesity. This is a question that I'm sure is on many of the viewers' minds. What to do about my weight? So let's briefly talk about the normal weight and overweight. Uh, the three things that we need to find out for sure are your weight, your height, and your waist circumference. So if you have these numbers, let's find out. Ideal numbers for waist circumference, as you can see on your screen, less than 80 centimeters for women and less than 90 for men centimeters. Body mass index is based upon your height and weight measurement, but not your gender. And BMI calculators, there are tons of them that you can find on the web. One of the sites I've listed on the screen. It's a good informational website with lots of other useful information also. And ideal BMI for Indians is less than 23, and for the Western population it's less than 25. Before we go any further, I'd like to mention a few important points. You say I'm overweight, but do I have to strive for the ideal numbers? And my response to that question is that the numbers are just guidelines, basically for you to know where you are in comparison to what's considered ideal, and for you to understand and bring about lifestyle changes to gradually start losing weight. Now, if you take those right steps, weight will start coming down naturally. And also, if you're overweight, any weight loss that is sustained for a long period of time, even if it's only 3 to 4 kgs, will offer great health benefits. So now is the time for you to take that first step toward a healthier you. You may also have this question: I am overweight, but why should I lose weight? Well, you should lose weight for the following reasons. Just briefly, to not get diabetes, high BP, high cholesterol, kidney, liver problems, cancer, heart attack, stroke. If you want to be pain-free without having to deal with arthritis over the course of your lifetime. And if you want to avoid doctor visits, consultations, hospitalizations that are related to obesity-related health problems. And if you have certain medical conditions such as diabetes or high BP or cholesterol, if you would like to have those conditions very well controlled so as to not suffer any complications related to them. And one plain and simple reason would be for you to look good, and if you're just tired of being overweight. Alright, what happens to the food that we eat? This food is converted into units of energy that we call calories. Two things can happen to these calories. One is that we use them for various activities, and the second is that we store them. How do we use them up? The essential functions of our body, we burn a few calories for that. For our daily routine, we burn a few more calories, and when we do any kind of physical activity such as brisk walking, heavy housework, gardening, cycling, we burn a lot of calories or use them up that way. And how do we store the extra calories that we haven't used up? There is only one way. I'm sure you've guessed it by now. That is fat. Which brings us to this slide about fat. Keep in mind that there are two main fat storage sites in the body. One is subcutaneous fat, which is the fat that is present right underneath the skin. The second is visceral fat, which is the fat that is located inside the abdomen, in between the abdominal organs. Visceral fat is considered to be a lot more dangerous than subcutaneous fat. It is this fat that is responsible for various health problems that we associate with obesity, including diabetes, heart disease, high BP, cholesterol, etc. Your waist circumference will basically tell you if you have a high amount of abdominal fat. Protruding abdomen is extremely common in Indians, both male and female population. and this indicates a high amount of abdominal fat. And remember that abdominal fat is mostly visceral fat, and visceral fat is that dangerous kind of fat that I just mentioned in the previous slide, which leads to various medical problems that we see in obesity. In this picture you can see very clearly how these two different kinds of fats are located, one beneath the skin, and the second visceral fat in between the internal organs of the abdomen, around the intestines, in between the various other structures including the kidneys, the liver, the pancreas, and other structures that are within the abdominal cavity. That is the visceral fat, and the fat that you see right underneath the skin is the subcutaneous fat. In part 2 of this presentation, we will talk more about ways of losing weight and effective weight loss measures. So don't forget to watch that.